Hello and welcome back to Basketball Buds Chase 'em Tuesday. Except today, instead of Chase 'em Tuesday, where we're looking for big, massive hits that pay for your whole month's worth of cards, which is sort of what the whole point of Chase 'em Tuesday was, to play it risky and go for the big ones. Instead, today we're doing Chase Him Tuesday, where we're looking for Trae Young. No, we're not looking for Trae Young. We're looking for this guy, Cade Cunningham. Trae Young, though, I do think is going to have a good year and lead his team to a lot of wins. I think the Hawks are primed to have a good year, but I'm actually looking for this guy, Cade Cunningham. He's everything you want in a basketball player. He's a huge point guard who shoots well and scores well and handles the ball well and passes the ball pretty well. He's got it all. He's got all the tools. This whole draft class, this 21-22 draft class, Evan Mobley is another one of my favorite players in it. And then there's all these second-round guys who are really surprising. Second and late first-round guys like Alpren Sengun, Ausin Reaves, even guys like Herb Jones are really, showing that they have a place in the NBA. Going to have fans. Might make a fan out of me. Probably not Herb Jones, but maybe. Actually, there was an interview with Herb Jones recently where they were like, hey, so now that you have a big deal, are you going to get some nice clothes? Because you always show up in your Pelicans clothes, like the clothes that they give you for free. And he's like, no, man, there's a reason I show up in my Pelicans clothes. By the way, just to show it off, $20. Cade! You can get Cade! You probably won't because he's rare, but shout out Teammates in Carmichael, California, if you're ever in the area. If you live in the greater Sacramento area. Check out Carmichael, California. Go to Teammates. Those guys always hook me up. They're really great. $20 at my local LCS for these. That's about what they go for online. Plus, you got to pay for shipping. Those guys are awesome. So anyway, Herb Jones was like, nah, man, the reason I wear that stuff is because I don't care. And he seems like he's got a decent head on his shoulders. And just because you're not into fashion doesn't mean you have a decent head on his shoulders. He could be frivolously wasting his money in much more self-destructive ways. But I can relate as somebody who dresses like a total slob because I just have other things on my mind. I don't do anything self-destructive, like spend a bunch of money on cardboard and don't recoup it at nearly the rate we're spending it on because I like to collect it like a loser. Alright, before we get started, it's Chase 'em Tuesday. Please like and subscribe. Hit that comment button and then push some buttons on your keyboard. Say, I like this video. I don't know. Say whatever you want. Okay. Chase Him Tuesday. Looking for Cade. Looking for Evan. Looking for Josh Giddey. Looking for Trey Murphy. I really like Trey Murphy. Davion Mitchell's in here. I would take a Davion rookie card. I'm also just kind of excited to see more of this older class that we don't get to see a lot because I usually open newer product. Kemba Walker, Charlotte Hornets legend. James Bouknight, another Charlotte Hornets legend. It looks like I got an auto right off the bat. It's James Donaldson. All right, I actually know who James Donaldson is, which is a plus when you get some of these. I believe he played with Sam Mitchell, but I could be wrong. I guess I'll edit that if I'm wrong. He's got a pretty good signature. It looks I know it definitely looks like it says James, but it also looks like it says Jancy Joldon. Thanks, Jancy Joldon. James Donaldson, right on, and Chris Paul. Okay, we threw Jancy up, but he's in front of the Green Dragon because he's wearing those old school green and blue Mavericks jerseys, which I always liked. I wanted to like them. I thought they were kind of cool, but the color scheme is really not that great. Jonas Valanciunas on another one of his teams. It says Pelicans. It says Memphis right there. Oh, who's that? Primo? Oh, Blake Griffin. Kind of look like Josh Primo upside down. Houston Rockets, rookie card. Jayshawn Tate? Usman Garuba. Right on. He's not in there anymore either. Not in the league, I should say. And Pascal Siakam, Global Reach. That's a cool card. I like Pascal. I'm throwing it in the sleeve. I might not get the sleeve much. We're just leaving Pascal. Okay, next one, Cade. Next one is Cade year. They're all Cade year. I don't know why I'm saying that. It said Cade on the box. I guess that's why I'm saying it. Cade! Oh, I threw it on the ground. I was going to pull it up again. Get out of here. Davis Bertans. Christian Wood. He would if he could, but, he doesn't always. Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight reel. He's a winner. Okay, and Lauri Markkanen. Right on. We got a good player on the cracked ice. He's not on that team anymore. But I'll throw Lowry in his sleeve. not always that you hit a decent player out of Prizm when you get a blaster. Lowry in front of the red because he's a Bull for life. Bulls for life. We're looking for another guy who's on the Bulls, even though he's not going to be on the Bulls when we pull his card. Boban, fan favorite. Moses Moody, he's a rookie. Right on, that's a Prizm rookie card of Moses Moody. We'll take it. Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, no. Allen Iverson. Okay, Allen Iverson silver. Very off center, but you know, it's just a Allen Iverson. Hey, silver. I mean, Sacramento Kings. Cracked ice. None of the Kings that are in this are on the team anymore. Just going to preface it by that, but let's see who we got. It is De'Aaron the Snake. Cracked ice Snake. And there's Richaun Holmes in the background doing the same thing. De'Aaron Fox. Right on. I will probably keep that card. I'm already starting to feel like I'm getting over the De'Aaron Fox thing. I mean, maybe by the trade deadline I'll be over it, because then that'll be a whole year. But we're going to put some of these cards up. We'll put a Moses Moody up too. Be a little bit better if we got John Kuminga, but Moses Moody's cool. And you know, with these Prizm packs, you just got to throw all the cool rookies up there. But we're still looking for Mr. CC, Cade Cunningham. Not looking for that guy, Marko Siminovic. Kenyon Martin Jr. He didn't really pan out either. I mean, he's still playing, but he's not having quite the career of some of the other second-generation players, we'll call him. Nerlens Noel, he's not in the league anymore. He bounced around, never quite was what people thought he was going to be out of the draft. And then a Rui Hachimura on a Washington Wizards jersey, but people love Rui. He's a Japanese favorite, although he did, I don't know if he's a Japanese favorite, honestly. He was like pretty pissed off after he played for Team Japan. I think he was not liking the guys that he was playing with. I don't know if it was because he was having problems communicating with them, or if it was just because he didn't get along with them. Maybe they were giving him crap because he was an NBA guy. Maybe Rui's not an easy guy to get along with. I don't know. I'm not making any allegations either way. Hey, looks like we got a Jalen Johnson insert. Oh, and it's and we got a purple. It's not the insert. What is this insert? Instant Impact Jalen Johnson. Right on. Jalen Johnson, I think, is going to have a huge year this year. I don't know for sure, but he seems like a guy who was pretty much going to be an all-star last year. He got hurt halfway through his campaign. But anyway, Jalen Johnson, another huge name from this class. Okay, now let's see what this purpley derpley is. Greg Brown. Purple are some of my favorite cards, by the way. I don't know if this isn't Blaster exclusive. Phoenix Suns. Okay, you probably already saw that. Let's see. It's Chris Paul. All right, there's worse players you could get. Chris Paul, long career. I'm surprised he was on the Suns at this time. All right, well, I love the purple cards. That is sort of a color match on the purple and orange. It looks like it's well centered too. Not that I would send it in for grading, but it's a nice Chris Paul card. Okay, so I don't know how you feel about that blaster. A bunch of, dollar cards. Probably not making back the money on that Cade blaster because you didn't get any of the huge rookie cards. But I did get some cool ones. Got a Jalen Johnson insert that's a very nice looking card. Nikola Jokic, Anthony Edwards. We're moving on to Mosaic now, obviously. Mosaic from the same year, 21-22. Devin Vassell, epic performers of the Cap'n, James Harden. This actually looks like the new Clippers logo, which is strange because he's on the Sixers in this, but let me know. Comment below if you think that looks like the Clippers logo. Who's that? Jalen Johnson. All right, it's a Jalen Johnson type of day. And Cade Cunningham. All right, we chased him. Chase complete. All right, Cade Cunningham, feeling super patriotic. Detroit basketball in the heartland of Motor City. I don't know, just kind of rambling. And Jalen Johnson. Now, what you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, or you might, is that this card is very, very bent. I know that doesn't really soil anybody's opinion of it. We'll just throw it in one of these little straight makers, if you know what I mean. Okay. I might actually have to take a pause on this because my battery does seem, my phone does seem like it's running on battery. It's going to just cut off at a certain point. So if it cuts off, I will leave everything exactly as it is on the table, and we will come back to it however we can. I might skip one. I might be in the middle of one pack. You might miss a pack. Hey, there's Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba. He's Mo Bamba. There's a Franz Wagner. Okay, we got a good one. Tyrese Halliburton Silver. I'm just a magnet for Mosaic Tyrese Halliburton Silvers. And that's Des Bane. That's pretty cool. That's a sophomore Des Bane, I believe. I think he was drafted the year before this one. But he's looking real fresh, looking real sharp. He's actually looking like his arms are a decent length in that picture, which if you look at him in real life, it does not look so much like that. And you know what? I'm gonna cut fade off and just take the break now and charge my phone a little bit. I'll see you later after I take a little break. Maybe I'll play a video game. It's getting a little late. We'll see. Take it easy. And we're back. My phone's got some power. I did play a game. I got second place. I won't tell you what I played, but I got second place. You can figure out if that's good or not in your own head. All right. Next pack. Oh. Wasn't recording on my phone. Sorry. Just thinking about how great I am for getting second place. Open this one off camera. Dorian Finney-Smith, Julius Randle, Zubats, Paul George, right on. Dwayne Wade looking cool with his Finals MVP and Finals trophy, championship trophy. That's what they're called. And then Giannis on a weird yellow, which makes you think that it's like a super rare parallel, but it's not. It's just a yellow. But this Dwayne Wade card's pretty cool. That's one of the ones that is worth keeping. Okay, next pack. Sorry, got a little confused. Coming back into this after 45 minutes or so. Eric Gordon. That's another clue for what I played. Kira Lewis Jr. That's the guy that looks a lot like my boy Keon Ellis. There was one game where he was guarding Keon Ellis and they looked pretty much identical on the court. Alex Caruso. Malcolm Brogdon. Who's this? It's a Pacer. It's Chris Duarte, who is not a Pacer and not even an NBA player anymore. And then we got a Sengun. That's a rookie. Right on. Sengun base card. Okay. Alpi Sengun. Already, making a name for himself in the league when this card came out. Really impressing people for where he was drafted. I saw a video once where they called him the world's most talented YMCA player or something like that. When you watch him play, you get it. He's got this weird shot put style of play. Anyway, I sort of like him and don't like him at the same time. Precious Achua, Jeremy Grant, and then Matt Barnes. Okay, Sacramento's own Matt Barnes. I think he went to Del Paso High School. Lots of reports of him not being such a nice guy when he was in high school at Del Paso High School. That's all just hearsay, stuff I've heard. But he did work for the Kings for a while until he... I don't know if I told that story well. TLDR, someone was calling a high school game badly. He didn't like it. He went and kind of put hands on the kid a little bit. The kid kind of overreacted, and now he doesn't have any job anymore. But he's still on a podcast. All that smoke, I think. Anyway, Matt Barnes. Ja Morant, Elevate. Sophomore year, Ja? Yeah, he was the year before. Corey Kispert, he was a rookie in this class. And Jalen Green, another good rookie. Okay, so base rookies definitely hitting in Mosaic. But what is that worth, really? What is that worth at the end of the day? I mean, factually, what I paid for this blaster, not really out much. I got this one on a really good deal. And I got a Matt Barnes auto. I mean, he was always a good defensive player. Played for a bunch of different teams. Played for the Kings. Played for the Clippers. Played for the Lakers. I want to say he played for the Lakers. Not 100% sure about that. I'll have to look that up. My mind just tells me certain things, and then it's just stony memories from 15 years ago that I made up. Stony daydreams, thinking about Matt Barnes on the Lakers. Joe Harris. Dennis Schroeder. Jordan Nwora. CJ McCollum, Kings Killer. And, Trey Mann. Okay, I thought that was another Chris Duarte for a second. Now, LeBron James, I like him. That's just a base card, I think. I don't know what these yellow ones... Oh, it's All-Star. All-NBA. All-NBA LeBron James wearing a Utah Jazz jersey. I know it says Lakers, but what is that jersey? I don't even remember seeing that jersey. Teal and purple. Or light blue and purple. Is that like a throwback Minneapolis jersey? Or is that just a weird-ass color? Hornets or Jazz. Hi, welcome back. Jason Tuesday. Okay, last Cade Cunningham year blaster, 21-22 draft class. I'm sure I said that earlier, but earlier for me was like an hour and a half ago, so I don't even remember. Rudy Gay. Oh no, not this guy. It's Rudy Gay.
Defense! Defense! No, it's Rudy Gay! No! 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 Not this guy! Not this guy! No! Oh my God! You fucking asshole!
I'm probably gonna put that clip in. Fan favorite, or at least basketball bud's favorite. I don't know how many of you like him. DeAndre Hunter. Zaire Williams, that's a silver rookie. He is playing. He's on the Nets now. Trying to make a name for himself. And a cracked ice of Richaun Holmes. Right on. He had a lawsuit against the local paper, the Sacramento Bee, for something about how it was reported on how he handled a domestic dispute or something like that. I think it ended up being not as big of a deal, but anyway. I won't comment on it. I'll put a little headline in here that you won't even read because who watches this part of the video anyway? Who cares about Richaun Holmes? Come on. Looks like we got another Zaire Williams. It's a Zaire Williams heavy box. And a Cam Thomas. He's a rookie in this class. I think I said the same thing in my other video. Thomas Bryant, whatever happened to him? Pretty good center. Might still be in the league, but I don't think he is. Then we got an Atlanta Hawks rookie. Is it Jalen Johnson? Not a rookie card. Is it Jalen Johnson? It is not. It's Trey Young. Okay, we found both the guys we were hunting for. We pull a lot of Trey Young on this channel. Boy, howdy. And then Zaire Williams cracked ice. All right, we got a true silver Zaire Williams and a cracky ice Zaire Williams. We are 2 down on the rainbow, even though it's not a very colorful rainbow so far. And I'll probably hang on to this Rudy Gay card because I like Rudy Gay. He didn't have like the flashiest Kings career or anything. He was basically the big free agency signing that Vivek Ranadive did when he took over the Kings. Bill Russell, that's cool. We got a Bill Russell card with who? John Lucas? Can't tell who that is. Jonas Valanciunas. Okay, here's a purple. These might be one per blaster. We got an emergent Trey Mann. Right on. Still chugging in the league. Not one of the best players, but he's at the end of his rookie deal. That's good for him. Jonas Valanciunas, who's our purple? Golden State Warriors. Okay, I could think of a couple players on the Warriors I'd like. Is not a rookie. It is not Steph Curry. It's Jordan Poole. We all know how his stint on the Lakers ended. Violently from his homie, Draymond Green. I don't know if Draymond Green is anybody's homie. I think Steph Curry kind of, puts him under his wing and apologizes for him and whatever. We're just gonna put Jordan Poole. But does he really like him? Does anybody really like Draymond? Or does he just cry? Does he just cry alone at night? Three packs left. Cade Cunningham. Looking for Josh Giddey. Let's see if we can get a Josh Giddey in this pack. See if I just called it. Steve Nash, Toby Harry, Steve Nash, Davis Bertans, and a dominant Steph Curry. Okay, Steph was 1 pack late, not on a very flashy parallel. He's just on a nice veteran insert. Flew through that one. Probably should have been flying through all of them, but I like to talk. RJ Barrett, Ray Allen. Denny Advia, that's his sophomore year on the Wizards still. And then Drew Holiday on Team USA Basketball. Shout out Drew. This was right around when people were really starting to realize that he was a very special player. I always thought he was great, taking over for Chris Paul on the Hornets. I know it was a little bit after Chris Paul was already gone, but he was sort of him and Darren Collison were sort of the Hornets point guards of the future at one point. See where that went. Well, Pelicans, I guess. Pelicans point guards of the future. Kyle Anderson. Is that Moody? Oh, it's Kuminga! Hey, we got a Kuminga. Okay, a little off center, but we got a Kuminga rookie card. And then Lonnie Walker. And Detroit Piston Ball. Is it a rookie? Oh man, wouldn't it be cool if that was though? Jeremy Grant, who didn't do much on the Pistons. All right, let me take a second and do some quick hits. these ones. Okay, here's quick hits. Start with some PC cards. Rashawn Holmes, James Donaldson, or whatever I was calling him earlier, JNC Judelson or whatever. A couple guys who couldn't play together, De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. They decided, hey, we already have this guy, we're getting rid of that guy. Now we have neither guy. Just Kangs things. Then a couple of rookie cards. Most of our hits, and Matt Barnes. I don't think I showed off Matt Barnes. He's also in PC land for Matt Barnes. Jalen Johnson insert, and then Corey Kispert and a Trey Mann parallel insert. That's kind of cool, but Trey Mann's not the hottest rookie from the class. Moses Moody and Cam Thomas Prizm cards. Those are pretty cool. Zaire Williams parallels. Right on. Hoping for the best for Zaire. He's basically going to be one of the main wings for Brooklyn. At least it seems like it. And then a bunch of guys who are... I put most of these in top loaders just to kind of flatten them out. But just about all these guys, maybe not that guy so much. But these 4 guys definitely are pretty much all primed to lead their teams this year or be major contributors on their teams this year in search of a deep playoff run. And I think all 4 of these teams are going to be playoff teams. Anyway, that's Chase 'em Tuesday. We did get him. We got our guy that we were chasing, Cade Cunningham. And we also got the little guy we were not really chasing. Chasing is a joke. Trae Young. What a successful chase. All right, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Please like and comment on your way out. Do the things. Bye.